When this government worker goes to the office every day,
there's nothing to do. There's nothing to pretend to do.
Though Edward McSwegan once managed a large portfolio of research at the National Institutes of Health, NIH, his work days have been pretty much empty since
March 1996.
How much do you get paid to do nothing?
About $100,000 a year.
Honest truth about why probably most Gen Z white people are racist is because black people treated us like shit for no reason. Y'all's millennial parents raised you to be racist to white people, and so you go out into the world treating white people like crap, and you're shocked to your freaking core when white people don't like you. And black people like to act like this just doesn't make any sense. They're like, we've treated young white people like shit for their entire life. I wonder why they're growing resentment. But if a black person experiences racism for their entire life, which is not even probably 1% of what white people experience, black people don't even get real racism, okay? White people are the ones who experience racism. The black people get like the minute racism and they're like freaking out. White people just deal with it. It's pattern recognition, man. It comes from somewhere. You gotta accept accountability.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and this is another byproduct of a brother and sister fucking and having a kid missing a chromosome. And it's not to disparage anybody that has Down syndrome. I'm just saying, what I will say is this person is plenty fucking stupid. Not because their skin color. This is because this person is misinformed beyond the measures of information. Like, whoever misinformed, she's not only misinformed, she's miseducated. Matter of fact, she's not educated. Fuck the miseducation. You gotta actually have some shit that's taught to you for it to be wrong. This bitch is just out here freestyling it. Now, she's wrong for several reasons. One, because treating people a certain way is not necessarily racism. If I go into a place and a white person is rude to me, that doesn't necessarily mean they're racist. Right? Racism has to do with marginalization, systematic oppression, institutionalized mistreatment, right? If I go to a hospital and they don't fucking give me a certain dosage or whatever, or treat me for a certain ailment and let me die because I'm black, that's racism. If a woman is pregnant and goes to a hospital and they show her lack of empathy and don't treat her for what they know can be treated and she dies, that's racism. If I get pulled over by a scary ass punk cop and because I'm black, he shook to the core because he didn't heard too many rap songs on MTV and he shoots me in the fucking head, that's racism. If I'm sentenced to 147 years for something that a person your complexion has been sentenced 2 years, I don't know, like stealing a fucking car, that's racism. If I'm picked up off the street and a woman that looks like you identifies me as being an assailant in a crime, but it wasn't me, and video footage supports that it wasn't me but another nigga or even a clear man, and I still get convicted and sentenced to 30 years, that's racism. Racism is not Shaniqua in the hood whipping your ass because you got fly at the mouth. And I'm judging by your aesthetics, you look like anywhere between 17 and 22, not that old. So I doubt that anybody mistreated you based off this color of your skin. You probably was getting picked on because you got long hair, and Jamarquavius liked your goofy ass because you was white, and you was probably the few white girls in the school, and they felt some type of way, so they put the beats and pounds on you. That's not racism. That's mistreatment. That's prejudice. Hell, that's discrimination, which is not racism. They wasn't beating you up because you was white. They was beating you up because they in competition for the same affection and attention you getting from Jamarquavius. Now it just happens that you're white, that Jamarquavius is feeling you and showing less attention to Shaniqua. But it's not necessarily because you're white. It's probably because aesthetically they think you're more pleasing than Shaniqua. So you getting chose up. And judging by your aesthetics, I don't think that's happening. So we could rule that out. So what is this mistreatment at between 17 and 22 year 2 years old that you experiencing? Nothing. I think you're just pulling it out your ass. And the reason that any of you motherfucking Gen Zs are racist is because it's learned and taught behavior. Somebody in your house, probably my age or older, is saying racist shit, and you're picking up on it and you're riding with it because you think it's cool, right? It's saying some hot shit. But never let logic get in the way of a good scam. You're getting scammed by people that look like you, and judging how the way you talk, you probably don't even live near Jamarquavius. You look like you grew up in an 87% white neighborhood. The only people you live around is inbreds like you and Mexicans, if that's any around. And it sounds like you got a bullshit Midwestern accent. I know, because I'm from the Midwest. So yeah, you're probably around a bunch of Arabs and white people. I bet you dollars to donuts, if I had to bet, she's somewhere in Indiana, Missouri, Nebraska, or even parts of Ohio, talking about how black people mistreat her. Ma'am, you're not even within earshot of a black person. You're full of shit. And the fact that you got on TikTok trying to kick knowledge and justify. First of all, let me just get this the fuck out the way. There's never a reason to be racist. White people get on my fucking nerves plenty in my life. I don't hate white people. I don't like the white person that mistreated me. I don't extend that to all white people because I have a rational thinking brain. Now, if you got beat up by Shaniqua, you should probably dislike Shaniqua. It's okay that you don't like her because she's an arrogant, masculine, aggressive black chick that probably kicked your ass and pulled patches of your hair out. I'd be mad at her. I wouldn't be mad at all the black people in America. One, that's illogical, and two, it's not even rational. And it's ludicrous. I think that was the only word I could pull out my ass to define what you going through. But yeah, that is stupid. And because you're between 17 and 22, you're inexperienced and uneducated and lack knowledge. So I feel the incessant need to drop it on you, or science, whatever you like, right? But explain away this bullshit. Now, you're going to grow up and be racist. I can tell. Old habits die young. You're going to grow up and you're going to be racist, and you're going to be one of those people that deny an application for a mortgage loan, or appraise somebody's house at 20 to 40% less value on the housing market, even though the grass is cut and the yard looks immaculate, but because it's owned by a black couple, you're going to give them the bullshit, right? So the only thing I can just say to this, to anybody who's watching my video, because she probably not going to see it, is don't listen to her. She's a jackass. And attacking your point that black people experience a minute fraction of racism, man, until you have to drive through middle America and have to worry about getting your scalp peeled back, it's not minute. Navy Federal denied over 80% of the applications for mortgage loans and business loans by black people that actually had a 850 or a 750 credit score with verifiable income over $80,000. And white people were given loans based off of them being white, lower income, and had fucked up credit, and still got the loans. That's not me talking. That ain't conjecture. You can look that shit up. A man was given a check from a lawsuit for racial discrimination, and when he cashed the check, the bank called the police because they thought the check was cashed because he was black, and they didn't think a nigga had I think it was $350,000. So he sued the fucking bank for racial discrimination. I have yet to see where the fuck that's ever happened to a white person. Ain't no white person sued a place for racial discrimination, then tried to cash that said check, and then was racially discriminated against. That's never happened. It's even the fact that Rachel Dolezal was able to sue an HBUC based off of the fact that she was white and she felt like they were discriminating her and getting to Howard University shows the privilege, not the opposite. This is all within the last decade, so I'm not pulling shit out my ass that happened 20, 40, 80, 100 years ago. I'm telling you some shit that happened within your timeline. And you look like you're between 17 and 22, so you were probably a kid. You don't really read the paper at that age, so you didn't hear about the shit. And I'm pretty sure one of them inbred parents you got in your household, they wasn't talking about it to you because they didn't give a fuck, because it was just another day in the office. So before you get on social media talking about how white people are racially discriminated against, by who? You mean the Jews? Because the damn sure ain't black people. One, we not the majority, and two, I'd like to see in what sector in America you are being discriminated against since you say black people getting discriminated against in a minute fashion, that your people or people that look like you are excessively being discriminated and racially mistreated. Can't do it. Once again, you just pulling shit out your ass. And I'm probably gonna chop this video up and put it on TikTok because, like, you dumb. And I hope you see this, and I hope your friends tag you or show you the video. Hopefully it makes sense. But your brain is 17 to 22 years old. So even if it doesn't make sense, it's not because like it's your fault. Your brain hasn't finished processing, and your skull hasn't actually developed. So I'm not surprised if you don't get what the fuck I'm saying. It's not like I'm not using clear English. It's just you're inexperienced and lack knowledge. In any event, I know it's gonna be a whole heap of racists in the comment section. If y'all understood a fraction of this, I'm not asking you not to be racist. I'm asking you to use critical thinking skills. It ain't that hard. And whether white, black, brown, or other, we in America, as Americans, could probably start exercising critical thinking skills. I think we all like that. Black, white, brown, Asian, it don't matter. I think we all are lacking critical thinking skills, and we're teaching that to the younger generation, and they're already stupid, right? Let's just get that out the way. Black, white, and or other, they already stupid. So not only are we teaching them stupidity and incorrect information, but they growing up and winging it. So I'm telling you, I'm not getting on planes or getting in high rises, because the next generations of people in 20s and 30s, they're gonna be kind of dense, and I don't got time to be jeopardizing my life. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.